Anti-Defamation League is updating report cards for colleges regarding how bad anti-Semitism is on their campus. So here's a look at some of the worst performing schools. Northwestern, UCLA, and the University of Michigan all getting downgraded to Fs. Harvard, MIT, and UNC were also among the schools that got Fs. Now, Stanford, Princeton, and Swarthmore improving above an F rating now. Wellesley and the University of Illinois getting a C. And the University of Central Florida is now a B. Now, Brandeis and Elon University were the only schools of the 85 examined that got an A rating. Let's bring in Shira Goodman on this, Vice President of the Advocacy for the Anti-Defamation League. Shira, good to have you here. Tell us, what were the biggest factors in these new rankings?
So, as you know, we first did the report card on April 11th, and then just weeks later, campuses exploded again with these encampments, these protests, disruptions at university events, commencements, and we knew we were going to have to come back and reevaluate. And so we watched for a few weeks. We watched what was happening on campuses. Were there more incidents, violence, harassment, students not being able to get to class, disruptions at events, and then how universities were responding. And the reason we waited until yesterday is we really wanted to get through the last commencement ceremonies that were in California over the weekend. And so we've been watching and waiting, and at first we thought we would only do the ones that were in the media, the highest profile, but then we went back and looked at all 85 schools and to determine what was happening, even on schools that maybe weren't as much in the public eye. And this is the list we came up with that needed to either go up or to go down.
It's interesting. I mean, it must have been quite a process to go through those 85 again. If there was a significant encampment or significant protest, days of protest, would that be an automatic low grade for a university?
No. So we were looking at what kind of incidents were coming out of the protests. Some of these protests were less eventful than others. The protesters remained where they were supposed to be. They did not block access or impede access to classes or other events. We didn't necessarily downgrade. Some universities responded very promptly to say, here's our time, place, and manner restrictions. Here's when and where you can protest. And they enforced those. And some of those schools went up. The other issue is that just like with a regular exam and classes, there are kind of high grades and lower grades. So although we didn't do pluses and minuses, we didn't do percentages, there were schools that were on the bubble, right, to initially get their C or their B. And so they were going to be easier to move down. And others were going to be easier to move up. So there were some schools that had serious encampment and events, and they just weren't able to move in either direction. And for some of those, especially the schools that took swift and certain and sure action to deal with the protests and to ensure that the semesters could end safely, we gave them kind of an honorable mention, and we highlighted them in the press release to say this is what schools should be doing in instances like this.
Interesting. And I do want to point out, we saw mass protests at Columbia University, for example. I noticed they received a D grade. How does the ADL make the distinction between a D and an F?
So we had a whole methodology that people can read about on the report card website. We were measuring three main things: incidence, severity, recency, and frequency. And so obviously things that happened, especially at Columbia during the encampment, were considered. We did this kind of the supports available for Jewish life, and most of our schools, Columbia included, did very well in that, which is why even schools that got Ds and Fs, many students will tell you, I feel safe, I feel supported, I'm having a great experience. We believe those things can both be true, especially because of great partners like Hillel and Chabad and Jewish Greek life organizations that are there for their students, that are providing places of support and places where Jewish students feel safe and free to express themselves. And then we were looking at the university policies. So Columbia although they had really one of the largest encampments and one of the longest, and it was a long process to get it dismantled. It didn't tip the balance on how their grade, where their grade ended up. But it was something that Columbia was kind of one of the reasons. It happened right after the report card came out, and all eyes were there, and it began to spread from Columbia, and that's one of the reasons that we knew we were going to have to do a reevaluation.
Yeah, and it's really fascinating to see the results of that reevaluation. Shira Goodman, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.